There's a certain color you can only really see when it's reflected in water, just before the sunset. Crimson and gold that bleeds into the twilight sky. It bathes the field of flowers in an array of colors across the spectrum. The Flower Knight sits in the middle of a circle of dandelions, her eyes closed. Her sword has been gently laid down on the ground in front of her, killing blade set aside in this fleeting moment of peace and beauty. Her white dungarees are embroidered with blossoms, so she matches well with the flower bed around her. Were she to just lie down and fall asleep, only her auburn hair would be seen from a distance. She breathed deeply, taking in the scent of nature around her. Small insects and bees flutter their wings and buzz around her, but leave her alone.
This is nice.
She says to herself. After a few more minutes, she sighs and stands up.
Oh well, duty calls.
She glances around the beautiful glade, looking for something specific. Slowly and carefully, she begins to pick the dandelions around her. Flowers for a flower night.
Kirsty? How's the flower picking going?
The voice comes from behind her, and she doesn't bother to turn around before she responds. It's her new traveling companion. The entire reason she's out here.
I prefer the term foraging, and I'm almost done. How many do you want?
Not too many. We don't want to overpower the taste of the vegetables and the spices. Not that I think you were going to, but don't take so many, it's not going to regrow. Just in case you're a totally different person than I thought you were.
Oh, God, no, absolutely not.
She looks at the 12 dandelions in her hand. It should be more than enough.
Okay, I'm coming back. How's the soup coming along, Bryony?
Not bad, I think. It's bubbling away all menacingly. Double, double toil and trouble, fire burn and cauldron bubble. I promise there's no magic in it, though. Just regular old cooking. Vegetables, spices, flowers. That's it. Well, now it has flowers.
The Flower Knight returns to their little base camp and dumps the dandelions into the bubbling cauldron and breathes deep through her prominent nose.
It smells really good. I'm excited to give it a taste. And just so you know, I'm happy to do some cooking as well. You don't have to pay me in both emeralds and meals every day.
No, that's okay. I really like cooking. Oh, but if you like it too, we can always take turns, I guess. We can swap. Who does the cooking and who goes out to gather?
The Flower Knight's companion is a taller woman, a fact that's only emphasized more by her leporine ears. Her long brown hair falls down well past her shoulders, framing her cheerful, smiling face. She's a druid, or a witch, or a green wizard. It all depends on who you ask. Troublemaker, some say.
Okay. Should just be another 10 minutes or so.
Bryony looks up from her work to study her new guardian.
Everything all good on your scouting/foraging trip?
Yeah, didn't really see much trouble. I think as long as we're inside four walls and a roof after dusk, we should be fine.
Soon enough, dinner is served. They sit together in comfortable silence, sometimes broken with some light, idle conversation. After a while, they sigh contentedly.
Good soup.
She smiles.
So, it's probably time to move on soon. We've been here for 2 days now, and I've pretty much discovered all there is to see in the nearby area. Do you have any preferences for which way to go from here?
The witch is idly scratching symbols into the ground with a little stick.
Isn't that your decision? This whole excursion is your idea. I'm just here to make sure you don't get killed. That's what you're paying me for.
Yeah, I guess that's true. But it's not like I have this big list written down with detailed instructions of exactly where to go and in what order. There's no checklist of things I have to tick off before I can return home or anything. It's a little bit fuzzier than that. So I'm happy to go wherever you want to go.
Well, northeast of here is a really nice-looking valley, right between two mountains. Or hills. I guess I don't really know the difference between the two. It's not like I've measured exactly how tall they are. Anyway, it looks nice, and I think there's probably plenty of unique flora and fauna there, so maybe go in that direction?
The witch immediately bursts into a big smile.
Okay, that sounds lovely. Let's go first thing in the morning.
Can we maybe not go first thing in the morning? Why do you always get up so early?
Well, otherwise we're wasting daylight. We can't really do much traveling or exploring when it's nighttime. So?
Okay, fine. Just maybe can we meet in the middle between when you normally wake up and when I wake up? A compromise?
I guess that's fair.
Decision made, night approaches. If they hadn't been asleep, and if they had been watching the stars, they would have seen a searing streak of light in the sky before they heard the sound. It was like someone had taken a knife, cut open the star-dotted fabric of the night to reveal the golden light hiding underneath. But they hear the sound. It's near deafening, a roar like thunder, and then an earth-shaking boom that rattles the ground below them. The shockwave almost knocks them out of their beds.
What the heck was that? An earthquake?
Bryony sits up straight in her bed, the look in her eyes more curiosity than wariness.
I don't know, but we should probably check it out.
Kirsty reaches for her sword and bow, never too far away from her at any point.
Was that like a meteor? Maybe an explosion? Is it a monster? Maybe one of those things that floats around and shoots fireballs.
I think it's best if we just go and see. It could be dangerous. We might have to move camp or, I don't know, something.
The forest gives way to a clearing that wasn't there before. An impact crater. A jagged, raw circle of scorched earth, surrounded by the shattered remains of oak trees. The edges of it glow slightly, as if the heat hasn't quite dissipated yet. At the center of the crater is an egg, black and purple in color, massive in size. It's cracked open, and inside is a man.
Is he dead?
If he was the one who made that crater, then probably, yeah.
The man is almost curled up in a ball. His entire torso and his arms are covered in tattoos. Not art, but words, symbols, runes. His blonde hair is messy and disheveled, and a set of jagged scars fade at the edges of his mouth. And he's still alive. His chest rises up and down, and he's stirring awake.
Are you okay?
Bryony has walked right up to the man, stepping inside the crater itself.
Wait, no, stay back, Bryony! We have no idea who or what he is. Normal people don't survive something like that.
The boy who fell from the sky opens his eyes. His golden eyes look up at the two of them with confusion written plainly on his face.
He is alive!
Bryony sounds like she just won an argument. Kirsty holds her sword out ahead of her and shifts her feet into a fighting stance. The blade is aimed right at his heart. She is taking no risks.
Who are you?
He sits up, slowly, scanning his surroundings, just as confused as they are. Hello. I am Rithian, I think.